And welcome back to another episode as Argentina. Let's go ahead and unpause the game here. Bulgaria has joined the Axis. Some stuff is happening. I did go ahead and customize some of our units, so we've got the names for the armored brigades here. Of course, we still have quite a bit to do to actually get this fielded. We'll still need a lot of the components. We did get the tank chassis there. Let's get the engines being researched. Actually, maybe we have bonuses here. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the basic ones researching. And we'll just get we'll get this one. We don't have any actual tanks to make yet, but we're still working on that tech. Got quite a ways to catch up. Yeah, we got the marine units here, and I did want to add the support artillery, and we can go ahead and field as many of these as we can, which is 3 for now. And these will be useful, hopefully, for the invasion of the Falkland Islands and some of those islands there. And potentially, probably even more so for, actually I wanted to check something here. So we are working on the Brazil decryption. I want to see, so we've got this guy here. We can work on that and maybe infiltrate their administration. And just work on that. What do we have here? We've got the Marines. Let's actually go and take that. And yeah, now we can add a unit, add another unit there. But yeah, I wanted to invade these islands, but also we might be able to use them, for example, to like invade Rio de Janeiro from Uruguay. And maybe if we get, I don't know, it's a bit of a stretch, but maybe if we get this one here, might be able to do some invasions of Nigeria and Ghana, things like that. So we were working on this, right? So there's a lot of good stuff here. It's almost a shame, like you've got these super expansive trees, but you kind of have to focus on one thing at a time. This one's a 35-day, give us a mill. You know, down here is where we can get some of our resource issues fixed. Here we can get Equatorial Guinea, which obviously would be super useful. And then down here is where we actually get the war goal on Brazil. This gives us some bonuses against the US, which we'll probably hold off on doing once we're actually at war with the Allies. And even then, I mean, I don't know if we'll take that right away, because we'll probably be fighting the UK at first. So, but eventually, I'm sure it will happen. So we kind of have to make some decisions here. So, I mean, I think this would be extremely helpful, you know, to get this stuff up and running here. But it's just like, is it worth like 140 days, more than that, 200 days to get these two focuses and one of these? And I just don't know if that's really a huge concern of ours right now. I mean, like, if we think about it logically for a second here. So right now we're building mills. Okay, well, we're having resource issues, you know, and we're having to trade away civs. So, like, let's look at how many we're trading away here. We're trading some with Chile, which has helped a bit, but we're still having to trade a lot away. We still have at least one line going, so it's not a huge issue, but, you know, it's something we have to consider. And, I mean, there's just other really good ones I'd like to get to. Dockyards would be nice. This gives you division organization. Tanks. Specialize our national armor programs. I'm assuming that's MIOs or something like that. Factory output. I mean, just such good ones. This gives you licensing or no subsidies to purchasing on the international market. Let's go ahead and do this one. I know this probably seems like the most irrelevant one, but I just kind of, I want to get this one done. So let's make sure we improve relations with them. Additionally, I want to go and see here if we have... So we don't need to raise our fascist support anymore. We don't need political power. We may as well get the research speed, so let's go and swap over to that one. The next one we'll probably swap from is this one. I don't know if there's a militarist, like, one for building, you know, like military factories. It doesn't look like there is. Yeah, okay. Could get the trade deal opinion factor. I don't know. Maybe maybe this one. Not core manpower. That actually, oh yeah, that would probably be the best one. Because, I mean, we have a lot of options to deal with manpower, but it's still an issue. So, and we wouldn't have to garrison this, Paraguay, things like that. Let's get the excavation 3. Continue to use those bonuses. And we're not getting anything out of this trade deal here. Let's trade with, I don't know. Really not any good options here. We could trade with the Dutch East Indies. But obviously that is against our interest, but we need rubber more than we care. So let's see. So this is full. And we've got some in reserves. So let's go ahead and split 2 of these. And I don't think that matters if you're training, but I think it does matter for actually deploying them. Not entirely sure on that. Let's go ahead and get more support equipment building. And we've got more XP. I think we should add the logistics, anti-air, and the field hospitals. So get the Marines all their different support groups there. I think you can get some other support groups later on through the Special Forces menu, through the perks there. You can get some that are useful that we might want to pick up instead. But for now, we'll just put those on there. I did want to check what's going on with the Navy here. Yeah, so I mean we're not building any more like battleships, so we kind of have just a destroyer and submarine focused Navy right now, which you know, I don't know how we're going to contend against the Royal Navy. I guess we kind of just have to hope our naval bombers, plus what little Navy we have, plus kind of getting a little bit of a active surprise, can kind of get us where we need to go. Because if the Royal Navy is defending the Falklands, there's absolutely no way we're gonna be taking that. All right, I think we get the armor. Just continue to rack these up. It doesn't really matter which order we get them in. And let's see how our relation is with Spain. It's good. And we're only missing one of those, so we don't really care. Now, I don't know if we have anything to sell that we wouldn't mind. I mean, how much spare equipment do we have? We have a lot of spare equipment, so we could sell. Actually, I mean, I don't know if anyone's going to buy it. From what I remember, things like that don't really get purchased. We could sell these old Italian airplanes. And I'd love to sell this old equipment, but I don't know if anyone's going to buy it. I mean, we can go ahead and try. I mean, I don't even know where we got this stuff. It's kind of funny. I guess we seized it from someone else. That's right. We probably seized it from one of our neighbors we conquered. That would make sense. Yeah, so let's go ahead and just put all that up there. This is not even, there's no point. Actually, I'm going to get rid of it anyway, because it'll bother me otherwise. And the towed anti-air. That looks good. We'll sell it all for low, except for if we are able to. The planes, because normally they buy planes. We'll put all that up, and that should help us a little bit. Got another perk here for the planes. Let's get the speed, or is this range? Air defense. Bombers, fighters. Let's get this one too. And then swap out on the Condor. All right, so we're working on this. That's in progress. Greece has joined the Allies. And they're actually going to buy the planes we put up. So let's see if we get this. Also, we don't need that yet. I think the next choice for us is going to probably be... I mean, yeah, that's 235 day. Probably this one. Train industrial concern. Limited bonus on building supply hubs, but I guess we don't really need that. Or we could just continue on this. Oh, decisions. I think we need to deal with our resource issues. I think it's what's going to allow us to kind of grow out our military a bit stronger. And yeah, we got a foothold in Africa, so we now have both our mainland territories and we have some overseas territories. And then what is going on here? Because they don't actually hold this by default. Man, Italy has gotten completely pushed out of Ethiopia. Did they naval invade this, or did they just get pushed back? That's kind of funny. I think I mentioned earlier in the series that I was doing a test playthrough as Italy, and I noticed they had capitulated to France in 1938, which was pretty amazing to see nonetheless. So I don't really get surprised when I see Italy do silly stuff. So the war has broken out in Ecuador and Peru, over this region here, Pastaza region. Some interesting stuff there. Are we actually able to take out loans? So we could take out loans? Wait a minute. That's actually, if we raise their opinion now, which is only -10, if we raise their opinion, we can get extra bonuses to our loans. So we'll do that and we'll try and get these loans. Oh, that's actually so huge, I think. Because that gives us extra resource efficiency as well. We'll actually need to rack up the political power, however, but... So, got the economic tax reforms. Let's get the invest in railways. Just going over and seeing what... This actually gives you -15% to your consumer factories, which, remember, there's diminishing returns to that. They kind of changed that, so it's not additive. But still, it could be good. Also, let's go ahead and just build anywhere they have useful materials for us. So in these two regions. And then we could do something like... we're trying to annex Chile. Let's go and let's do this. I know we were working on that other one, but we're taking the opportunity to kind of build up our economy in general. So let's see, we can get the pioneers. So you got shore parties. These are basically like... So the shore parties basically allow you to invade from anywhere that isn't just a port. And also leave, I think, from anywhere that's not just a port. Which is pretty nice. This gives you bonuses in the jungle. Which, I mean, we did take Equatorial Guinea, which I believe is jungle. And this would also be potentially useful in the Amazons. Right? So... I would have to see... So I know jungle up here, right? And I noticed they remade this tile here. That looks very interesting. So there's jungle up here. There's jungle over here. So, you know, there's a good argument for that. Yeah, actually, I mean, taking these, sure, you know, that's useful. But I think overall the jungle specialist is the way we want to go. If we were somewhere else, say like in Northern Europe, I would maybe lean towards this. But I can actually see the benefit for this, especially because we're going to be fighting inland more often than not. And so doing something like this, we can use those units to kind of, make some headway in specific locations. So instead of these... Now, I don't know how to get those pioneers. I forget now. Oh, I think they have to be in place of the engineer companies. Yes. Yeah, so it raises their breakthrough, but lowers their entrenchment, which is fine. They're not really meant to hold a line anyway. So we'll go and replace those. So now we have the pioneers. And what do we get here? So I think we finished that operation. We also can get some more support equipment mills going. And let's go ahead and finish that. And let's get back to building our network. And I think we can only choose... Yeah, it's the only place you can choose. And we got those techs completed. Let's go and pick some new ones. So we can get the improved dissymmetric radar. And we're behind on our tech here. Let's go and get the assembly line production. We still have a bonus for it. Okay, so you can see here, actually, we're able to do that. So let's just... This may take a little bit of finesse. We should probably only work at one at a time. We're not actually gaining that much political power anymore. So hold on, let's rack up our political power. And we can come back to that. So let's get the improved engine. Actually, we'll get the improved chassis there, and then we'll get the new tech for that. So I think one that gives me political power. This one gives political power. That one does not, I think. So I know our own path gives us some. And then there might be one other that does around here, but I don't see it at the moment. So we got our Marines. Let's give them a nice deep blue color. And we'll give them the... oh, one second. I gotta get out of this menu. Let's put them under this army. And I don't know, do we have anyone who's kind of specialized in this? Probably not, from the looks of it. This guy could be good. I could see how that could be useful. Though I don't think this is probably urban. Yeah, likely not. And let's go and get some new tech going before we continue looking at that. So much to get. It's crazy. Let's get the improved airframes. Yeah, I mean, you get your tech slots, right? And you get them around like mid-game. Like 39, 40, usually get most of them by then. But it's like, by the time you get them, you're so behind on tech that it's just like, you know, you really have to make some tough choices. Alright, so I want to come back to this. I want to do the little naval icon. And I kind of, let's see if I have a good name I can use for this. We could do... we could just name it after the units as well. So we could do this. And then we'll get them... I mean, I don't know if we'll really start with that. So my goal is going to be... It's like, let's see if we can get them set up on here like this. But my goal is going to be to take out Brazil so quick that we don't even have to fight the Allies right away. Which, I mean... That's definitely a tall task. Like, I have a feeling it's more likely we're going to get bogged down and have to fight the Allies. And, you know, we might need armor, things like that in order to actually make it happen. But I'm willing to try. So we got the capitalize on the beef industry. Let's see how many more civs we got from that. I don't think we got any civs from that, from the look of it. Oh, right. So this is the one thing I think we should have done earlier that I completely forgot about. So we have, what is it? Let's see. I don't even know if we have it still. But when you start the game, you have the treaty with Britain, which is historical, where they're trading with the beef, and that kind of gives you some benefits, gives you some issues. But from the look of it, let's see. So this would lower our trade laws, economic laws, our resources to market, our consumer goods, give us increased civ construction, which that's whatever, and then adds the Argentine beef trade. Vision nutrition, supply consumption, consumer. Wow, that's great. That's actually really good. So that's something we want to get as soon as possible. These would also be nice things. Let's just get this one. And again, we kind of have to make some decisions. I want to go to war. It's already 1941, so I want to go to war with Brazil really quick here, really soon. But there's just some things I'd like to get done beforehand. Also, I want to see, can I train any more of these? No, I cannot. We're at our cap. But I think that means you need to train other units. So let's build one more of these and then place it with a new line. Like that. Okay, that looks good. And, but I think from what I understand, let's see, to get your special forces cap up, yeah, you have to make more units. So let's train other units. Let's try and get another second full army trained up and deployed into the field. And that way we can sort of expand that cap a little bit and get more Marines. Of course, we're out of manpower now, so we can make use of some of those things like the immigration waves and potentially the, where is it? You can get some here, I think, our own path. Yep, you get some extra recruitable pop. You get some here. You can bring people over from Spain. So those are just 3 places you can get some extra manpower, which we'll make use of. Let's go and trade with more aluminum. That was becoming a bit of an issue. And I think we are going to convert from old frames, including the trucks and infantry equipment. There's some benefit in doing that. It's you make them a bit quicker. I remember there being some kind of thing with that where it wasn't worth to convert old equipment. I can't remember. I think that's if you're in a deficit, which we're not. So this is risky, so I don't think we're going to do that. I don't really want to have to get our operatives out. We can, however, do suicide bills. Get that one going. So yeah, you can see we're actually really slow to get any political power now. But we'll just pick up those decisions as they come. Oh yeah, and so now we're having manpower issues, and the garrison is having some issues with that. But yeah, we'll deal with that soon enough. Let's get the integrated support. And we're getting pretty close to being able to actually make tanks, which, you know, you may ask, like, you know, maybe tanks wouldn't be the most useful. But I think we're going to expedite. We're going to use 2 slots to research tanks because I want to get those hopefully earlier. Like, I'd at least like to have like 1 unit earlier than 1942. So, but I don't know, maybe we'll just have to be patient. Again, playing a miner is such a, it can be so humbling, to say the least. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to get these, but I mean, it's not usually. I think some of this we're just gonna have to do once we're in the war. I think let's pick up our own path, or we could get a burst of manpower from the Spanish nationalists. Get the army XP, and then, I mean, we're waiting for that cipher, right? Which 93 days it says. So that's about enough time for 2 focuses, a focus and a half. So if we do that, we should have just enough time to get those things done, get some extra manpower, get that cipher, Let's see how we're doing on this. So I wanted to make sure they were training as well. Yeah, so yeah, there's definitely some shortages here. What does that do to our equipment shortages? That seems like a lot, but you can look every couple ticks here, it's going down by 100. So that's not actually as bad as it might seem. Okay, and we've built what we can. Let's see. So just looking and seeing what we can do here in terms of our resources. It doesn't give us much iron. I mean, we really don't need tungsten. Yeah, we don't need tungsten. We built that up. We're somehow out of fuel, which is noteworthy. You only get a portion of this. Even if you raise the compliance, you only get a portion of the actual material you get, like here in Uruguay. Which is why it's almost better to have an integrated puppet. We could do something like this. Wait, what's even the benefit to this? Yeah, that is not worth it. We'll build one. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to keep building in Chile so we can get the, you know, it's going down. The autonomy down. The word escaped me. Let's build more infantry equipment. Go and unpause it here. Put that unit in there. That's where we gotta set them to auto deploy into that armada. The only problem with this is it spans across 3 sea zones, which is the real issue. So we did get a shot of manpower. That's going to go away instantly. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. This might be a bit overzealous. So what if we get rid of half of this? We may be kind of manufacturing our issue here. They mostly fill out. Yeah, because I mean we want our units to be able to reinforce. Let's get our own path, and then we'll get the annexation war goal. Let's pick up the engine 2s. Max speed for the fighters. Then we're going to check our planes after this. So, let's see. This is the Condor. And make sure these guys are all trained too. They are. Let's check our fighters. We're going to need more air bases. Oh, actually we can do that. So, we're going to want some up here. This is the best place. So, we'll try and get at least this built. They'll build pretty quick, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. We'll get the regimental combat teams. Then we can move these planes over here. So let's see, because I thought we had 3 types of planes. Yes, we haven't been training naval bombers, have we? No, these are naval bombers. Okay. So what am I missing here? I thought we had another type of plane. So those are all fighters. It's the Guerreros, the close air support. That's right, we didn't have bombers, we had close air support. Okay, we're gonna have to make, we're gonna have to deploy new planes. Let's just do it over here. So the Guerreros, not enough manpower, of course. Right. Okay. So we'll wait on that. Let's actually, then we need to merge these, I think, because we're having manpower issues. So we should actually hold off on that, so we're not expending extra manpower that we don't have. We got another burst of Navy experience. Let's get this for the organization. All right, so hopefully that should solve our manpower issues. Also, we can go ahead and get the loan from the US. And that should help with some issues. It'll be interesting to see how this increases. So we got the improved medium chassis. Let's get the improved armor. And we're focused on protection. Let's get the speed technology. All right, excellent. So we're doing pretty good so far. Let's get the construction fort. All right, so hopefully this should help with some of our population issues. Preparing for war. That idea has expired. I think that was for the military buildup. Yeah, we have so many mills. 31 now. So Japan has declared on the Philippines. So the US is going to be getting involved now. And the US has now occupied Iceland as well. Let's see. Let's trade for a little bit more iron. Not that much. Well, maybe that much. There we go. Okay, we got new units. Let's give it into their own army. And we'll put them under him. Let's give this one a red coloration. We do a lighter red. Something like that. Okay. And we can get them set up over here. Actually, no, we can use these units, and what they can do is they'll reinforce after the Marines. That'll be our goal with them. Let's go and deploy what we have into this army. Get them training up. And into position. Yeah, we'll have them reinforce our Marines, and that way we can kind of open up a larger front over here. That is if we can actually land. We should garrison this region over here. So we have the cipher for Brazil. We can start working on one for the UK. And did we complete that? Not yet. Okay. Same, we have available planes in our reserves, but that's gonna wait for the time being. Okay, we can maybe get the cruisers. No, let's get the artillery. That's right, we're so behind on this. Okay, we'll pick that up. Alright. We're really close here. So we got our own path. Let's go ahead and pick up the old enemy. And our next burst here can go towards the extensive conscription. So we can notice we're starting to see some benefit there. Even if it's not immediate. Let's build here. Let's do... So did we already get this fully built? Yeah, we did. We could build more over here. Might be more beneficial to do this, though. Now we can do... That's... And that's... We could just do that to continue to get that autonomy down. It's not the most important thing, though. Alright, so we should stop training our ships so we can conserve fuel. So let's bring them back to Buenos Aires. Can get them repairing as well. And we can have them repair as well. Let's see. Alright. Get the radar. And could get the anti-air. Let's get the advanced engines. So we're almost ready to build our first tanks. Okay, the German war in the East has started here against the Soviets. And that's probably a perfect time for us to actually go and launch our invasion of Brazil. And hopefully we can keep that cipher. We can do... Philippines has already capitulated. Oh, there you go. So the US did get involved, right? Yeah, but they're only at war with Japan right now. They haven't actually joined the Allies in full. So what are we using? We're training our planes, that's right. That's probably what's really eating our fuel. Let's go move them up here. Japan has declared on the Dutch East Indies. Alright, so yeah, now we're getting manpower. US has joined the Allies. Okay, so I wanted to get our actual close air support deployed. And hopefully I can train them before we get our war going here. Yeah, we're gaining quite a bit of fuel now, even despite it. All right. And our units are in position. Marines are ready to go. We can do, I know they're repairing. We could do naval invasion support. I don't know how long it'll take them to repair. What really matters is the initial burst. So we could do that just in range, barely. So where would we split these up? So we'd have them like, let's see, we would do like this, and then the other half go here. Okay, and then for the naval bombers, that's right, we wouldn't actually need them here. We'd need them here, maybe. And the close air support could actually be up here. So we'll train them up to a certain point. These guys would be on naval bomb strikes. Can't actually reach up there until we get different air bases built. Let's get the improved artillery. But these guys can go, let's see, let's get more of these guys going. These guys can help facilitate some close air support in these regions. Let's make a new air group for them. That's what was confusing me. New air group, and we'll do this one. Close air, I would actually call it CAS Air Squadron. There we go. And let's do green, but like darker green. That looks good. All right, and we have the war goal. We're gonna get up next here just to work on. Probably this one for the Army organization. Pick up mechanized offensive. I should have done that actually. I should have used that to make our armored units. That's all right. We're getting it pretty quick, and we're only going to get even more. Let's go and declare war. Call our allies in. And begin our offensive, but we're going to do that in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and like the video if you're enjoying the series. And I'll catch you in the next one.